Hey, what's up, wet socks? I wanted to talk about how these things can get cut in half and regenerate. Yes, these planarians can indeed regenerate. Both parts would become a separate worm if you cut them into two pieces. Let's talk about it, how they do it, and why they do it. So very broadly speaking, planarians have a large population of something called neoblasts inside of them. They're special little cells that are undifferentiated stem cells and allows them to become whatever tissue they need it to be. Like, I need some nerve tissue. I need muscle tissue. You got it, right? It'll just use those cells and then they'll differentiate into that cell type and just replace whatever cell was damaged. Let's do a theoretical. The planarian here gets a wound. A little bit will leak out, but it will close rather quickly. Specialized cells that are tasked with removing damaged cells and any foreign debris that might have entered the wound, then do that. And then those neoblasts start to proliferate and differentiate into different cell types. Again, whatever is needed at the site of the injury. And due to these neoblasts, these planarians can regenerate any portion, part of their body and even survive being cut in half, with the front part with the head would regenerate the tail, and the back part then, get this, would regenerate the head. So you'd have two planarians if you cut them in half. Make that make sense. There's a whole bunch of complex biochem and molecular signaling going on down at that cellular level that actually will coordinate all the efforts of the cells to make sure it regenerates properly, which is cool. What's the need to regenerate, right? Oh, what's the need? Why would you need that? Well, let's say a predator chomps on you, eats the backside of you, and then you can just regenerate that. That's just a Tuesday, you know what I'm talking about? But this is where it gets kind of weird. They'll do it to reproduce sometimes without a partner. So what they'll do right in the middle about, they will separate themselves. It's called Planarian fission. They'll just detach their tail, and then that one becomes a whole new planarian. Biology's fun. Tons of other organisms that can regenerate themselves if they get damaged. One I know for sure is called hydrozoans. They're little freshwater sea anemones, basically. They're pretty cool. But don't worry, we can also regenerate, kind of. Not to the extent that planarians can, but your skin cells, they regenerate. Your liver, that regenerates. And your bones, if you ever break your bones, it's just more bone. It's limited for us, and it always depends upon the severity of the damage of the thing, right? So you'll get a scar then. That's not necessarily the same skin that you had. It's more like a collagen-based material that fills in the gaps. The ability to regenerate for the planaria is so incredible that somebody cut them into 279 different pieces and each one regenerated fully. That's whack. And someone went into work that day and said, I'm going to cut this worm into 279 pieces. Get real.